Alright, you gotta be focusing on what we're talking about.
What? You tell me what to do.
Instead of doing the puzzle.
You tell me what to do.
He's doing the puzzle. Oh, hi there. Here we are again. It's the blurksick podcast. I'm Frank.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Jimmy.
Yes. Amazing. There's a puzzle here.
We know our names. It's amazing.
It's getting cold outside. The S word is coming
Like.
tonight, possibly.
None of that word.
Snow?
None of that.
You don't like that word?
No.
I kind of like snow. Except for the driving part, of course.
And the cold part?
I don't mind the cold that much.
I hate
You
the
put
cold.
on layers or whatever.
Yeah, there's not enough layers to keep me warm when it's 0 degrees outside.
Do you know what I like? Bacon.
I like bacon as well.
What about Kevin Bacon?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the movie Hollow Man starring Kevin Bacon?
Do you remember
Yes.
the movie Footloose?
Oh yeah, that's a classic.
I
Kevin
know.
Hollow Man.
Bacon. Hollow Man.
Yes.
Okay, it was like a new take. I think it was early 2000s.
It was a good movie.
Like a new take on the Invisible Man.
Yeah.
The classic Invisible Man story.
Yeah, it was good.
Now in this one, the would you like to be invisible? The downside would be that you could not wear clothes for it to be effective.
Yeah.
Would it cause you to go crazy? But would you still leave behind fingerprints?
I would totally have to just prank people constantly to keep myself entertained.
You have to be naked the whole time.
I would have to prank them constantly. I wouldn't be able to handle being invisible unless I was
Is that on
wreaking
Netflix?
havoc.
I don't know.
I'm
I kind of want to
curious.
watch it though.
Yeah,
What's it called?
Hollow Man.
Hollow Man
Let me check.
with Kevin Bacon. So he's like a scientist.
I
They're
haven't seen
trying
that in a
to
long time, yeah.
put together a formula to turn things invisible.
Yeah.
First they practice on like dogs and monkeys and stuff. And then he does it himself and he kind of goes crazy.
No, it is not.
What about Hulu?
He totally turns into like a...
Let me check.
He totally turns into the villain at the end.
Yeah.
Totally turns into an asshole. He kind of loses his mind. I think that was part of it, that like after you like can't see yourself anymore,
Right.
you lose touch with humanity or something like that.
Yeah, I think that was a part of it.
It would be fun for a while, but if you couldn't turn back, that would suck.
Yeah.
No, but there's Tyler Perry's Boo, a
Oh.
Medea Halloween.
Yeah, no.
Didn't
Yeah, no.
know that was a thing.
Hey, I heard
They have Halloween Town, Halloween Wars,
I'm still sneezing, I'm sorry.
Hocus Pocus 25th anniversary.
Hocus Pocus, that's a classic.
That is a
Halloween
classic.
movie.
Yeah.
I heard that my dad said that Eric had to give his nephew the Heimlich maneuver.
Really?
What? When? That was a really weird one.
What?
What?
Okay, if I got this right, it's the Eric from the club, and he had to give his nephew, or maybe his grandson, or maybe it could have been someone else, the Heimlich maneuver.
You don't know who it was.
I don't remember. This was weeks ago.
Somebody.
I wrote this down.
Alright.
But then I wasn't even sure if it was Eric from the club that we know.
Oh.
You guys didn't hear about this?
I did not.
No.
I heard someone that he knows named Eric had to give some smaller person the Heimlich maneuver.
This story changed drastically.
I don't know all my facts. I'm trying not to embellish the story. But the basics is he like never thought he would ever have to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the young person was just getting over like maybe a cold or bronchitis or something.
Uh-huh.
So their throat was already pretty weak from that. And then they started choking on something.
Huh.
Wow.
Like normally they wouldn't choke, but because of getting over whatever the sickness was.
My sister kind of did it to my cousin one time at our baby shower. He was eating a piece of candy, and she picked him upside down and started attacking him. You remember?
Vaguely.
Yeah.
Why would she pick him upside down?
Because he had a Smartie, and she was afraid he was gonna choke, so she picked him upside down so it would fall out.
Whoa, that's a little dramatic.
Yeah,
She's a little dramatic.
Wait, Sandy?
No.
Nikki?
No.
Heather?
Ow.
This Heather one's kind of crazy. I heard another story about her.
All right.
I'm sorry. I don't need to get into that. Do you know that there's a whole thing with selfie-related deaths and injuries?
I'm not
With
surprised.
selfie related?
Yeah.
I believe it.
Killing themselves, trying to take selfies.
Yeah, like leaning over a giant
Yeah.
cliff at the Grand Canyon.
All stuff like that. You know, there was a famous girl they called the selfie girl that took these ridiculous photos of her on top of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She ended up dying from falling off of something.
Yeah, because she was paying attention to her phone.
She's trying to get that sweet selfie.
Yeah, that's
Right. That sweet selfie.
Yeah.
That sweet selfie that killed her.
I did a selfie at the Halloween thing trying to check my makeup. And then somebody called me out on it and I was like, "Oh God." I was like, "No, I'm just looking at the makeup, making sure it's still okay."
I've done that before. Not my
On your
makeup.
makeup?
Not my makeup, obviously, but my face. I was like, do I have something on my face?
Yeah, or something in your teeth. I'll use it if I feel like I have something in my teeth.
3 teenagers, 2 sisters and a friend were killed by a train while posing for a selfie, which is just visible in the final picture they've posted to Facebook.
Wow.
Choo choo, motherfuckers.
Oh my gosh.
A 17-year-old girl committed suicide by jumping in front of a Central Line train at Redbridge Tube Station. She took a selfie of the incident, which she titled "Last Pic Before I Die."
Wow.
Okay.
A 21-year-old man was electrocuted after climbing on top of a train to take a selfie with friends and touching a wire that turned out to be live.
Oh my gosh, talking about touching a live wire. So we were at this house looking and I was with a client. And he's like, "Oh, there's a wire hanging out of here." And he went to touch it. Said, "Oh, it's not live." I was like, "Why would you do that?"
Whoa, that's not how you check.
I know. I was like, "Don't touch it." He was like, "No, it's fine."
A 16-year-old girl died in It's not Toronto, but it kind of looks like it. After plunging 60 feet onto rocks while she was trying to take a photograph of herself on the seafront.
Some people, man. Seriously. Why?
A
Gotta get that picture.
15-year-old boy in the Philippines was critically wounded after accidentally shooting himself while taking a selfie in which his other hand was holding a gun to his chin.
What?
Oh my gosh.
Why would you do that? This seems like the right time to take a picture. Wait,
Well, he was trying to take a picture of killing himself and just failed, or what was the case there?
That's all I have on the story. This is just alluding how they died. This one, there's another one. A 21-year-old man was drinking with friends and took a selfie. He posed with a gun pointed at his face. The man accidentally shot himself. He was declared dead at the scene.
Wow.
I mean, if you're going to take a selfie with a gun, you should at least make sure there's no bullets in it.
Yeah, clear the chamber, people.
You would think.
Or don't put your finger on the trigger, or put the lock on. I mean, there's numerous ways to not accidentally shoot yourself.
I agree. I don't think these are the smartest people, though.
I think there's
Natural
a lack
selection
of
has
gun
to
safety
change.
courses in these areas.
Did I turn this on? Oh, good. How about a 23-year-old student from Poland fell to her death while trying to take a selfie on the ledge of the Triana Bridge in Spain.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I think it's just the name of the bridge. I expect it's just a big bridge.
I think I might have climbed a bridge before.
You don't remember? You don't know if you climbed the bridge?
I don't know if I actually did it or if it was a dream that I did it. I'm not 100% sure. But we were like tied, like with zip, or when you're ziplining and stuff and you got the harness, and we climbed up the bridge. But I'm not sure if I actually did it.
You're not sure? You don't remember?
I don't remember.
Was this a dream or reality? Is this reality or a dream?
It's the Matrix all
That's
over
really bad.
Oh my god, are we in...
I have no idea.
Are we in a simulation right now?
Could be.
No, I don't think so.
It could be.
It could be.
We could be in a simulation. Just someone's experiment to see how it would play out.
Well,
Our
pretty
entire
boringly
life-
so far.
Our entire life happens within a couple seconds for them, and they just get all the data. What is reality?
Our life couldn't happen in a couple seconds.
Elon, not to us, but to whoever's running the simulation. Elon Musk says we might be in a simulation.
Yeah, does he?
That guy's really smart or something.
Is he?
He's building rockets and stuff.
Is he really smart?
Isn't he?
How sure are you?
Yeah, to the point where he's probably got...
Look how big she's getting.
Sidetrack.
Sorry. She's not going to fit on my lap much longer.
Okay, so I was calling this the blurksick podcast. But do you guys know the origin of blurksick?
I do not.
No. That was just a word you made up.
It kind of is. I guess the story isn't that exciting.
Like the Franken something.
Franken thing.
Yeah, that.
It was originally Frankenholder, but then I couldn't remember my password to the thing, so then I just made a new one.
You didn't decide to do I forgot my password type of thing.
I don't remember. I think this was in the early stages of me having a computer and not totally having it figured out.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
That was like that. Like I made a Yahoo email was the first one. And I couldn't get into my email either.
I remember my first email. It was kitty932@aol.com.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
I like the band Kitty.
The metal band that just like screams and stuff?
Yeah.
All right. Do you know Soulfly?
Uh-huh.
Do you really know Soulfly? You're just saying it.
No, I really do. I couldn't tell you a song that they sing, but yes, I know.
Anyways, blurksick. It was based off I was really influenced by graffiti artists.
Uh-huh.
You know, they have like a certain name. Like there's this guy named Nova, this guy named Cortez. And they go out and they spray paint stuff in streets and stuff. Yeah. Or a lot of times they'll just do it in notebooks and black books. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I need a name.
I wish I could write like graffiti artists write.
You can do that. You just got to practice.
Yeah. Oh, I can't. I have tried.
You just got to practice more. It's all about hand-eye.
I'm not artistic.
It's all about hand-eye coordination.
I'm not artistic.
You just got to hand-eye coordinate.
Do you know why I'm not artistic?
Because you don't have the patience?
No, because I think that I was supposed to be left-handed and they made me use my right and I lost it. I'm not supposed to be right-handed.
So you're going to blame the schools?
Yes.
You know,
Same reason why Logan's preschool teacher kept saying, oh yeah, he uses his right hand. He uses his right hand. No, bitch, no, he doesn't.
Whoa.
Sorry,
Whoa.
that was a little...
That's okay, let it out, I don't care.
Now in kindergarten, he uses his left hand dominantly. But because she kept trying to get him to use his right hand in preschool, he was undecided for 2 years on what hand he was supposed to write with. So his writing was terrible.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Left-handed people being forced to be right-handed people. What is this injustice? You know,
that's always happened.
I remember reading an article saying that actually left-handed people get injured by lots of things that are made for right-handed people.
Yeah.
And also because of that, have less of a lifespan by a couple of years because of it.
They do, by 7 years.
Is it 7?
Yes.
You know this?
I do.
So wait, are you right-handed or left-handed?
I write right-handed, but I do a lot of things left-handed.
So you have no idea either. You're all fucked up.
I'm all fucked up.
Maybe that's where that twitch came from.
Maybe.
It was uni.
Like, even when I was in dog training, they were like, put him on your other side, put her on your other side. And I was like, no, I can't function this way. I need her on this side.
You can actually write with both hands.
Can you? I can't. I mean, I can write terribly with my left hand.
Yeah, I can write terribly with my left hand.
And I have to
but I shoot a
concentrate
bow
really,
left-handed,
really hard.
and I shoot a gun left-handed. I understand.
Well, I'm definitely right-handed.
I'm definitely right-handed, but I can write with my left hand.
I can use my silverware with both hands.
Oh, good for you.
No, like typically, like you would cut with your right hand if you're right-handed, or would you cut with your left
Yeah,
hand?
I cut with my right hand. I use the fork and I hold it in place with my left, and I cut with the right.
See, I cut with my left.
Okay.
So I do that left-handed.
Whoa.
I don't know.
Whoa.
I'm so confused.
Oh, God.
Magic.
Anyways.
I'm glad nobody listens to this thing. Sorry.
A little harsh.
Wow.
There.
Sweet.
Zoe broke a nail.
Nothing matters. No one cares about your dog's nail.
Yes, they do.
Anyways, so the origin of blurksick was I just made it up. And my last name's Burkholder. And then I made it blurk. And then I kept adding sick. Because it sounded cool.
Blur and sick together.
And now that's my label for everything. Blurksick art. Blurksick podcast. Blurksick whatever the fuck else I want.
There you go.
That's like a hard word to say.
That's my label.
Blurksick.
Blurk.
Blurksick.
Blurk. Sick.
Blurksick.
Yeah, blurksick.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
No,
It's
it sounds like German or something.
Burkholder's like a German last name, so there you go.
Oh, okay. Can one of you do me a favor?
What?
The dog's on.
So,
I broke my right arm before.
Back to the important thing about blurksick is I wanted a graffiti name, and at first I made it Crub, C-R-U-B. I went through a whole bunch of names I kept writing down.
Crub?
It was really important to me. Yeah, Crub.
That's horrible.
That's Burke backwards. K-R-U-B? B-U-R-K?
Okay.
So
it's still horrible.
I was using that for a while, and then I finally changed it to Blurk because that sounded better.
It does sound better.
Yeah, it does. Compared to Crub.
Yeah, that's.
Sam said she wanted something to drink, and I got her this amazing Chardonnay, and she just oh god, she doesn't like Chardonnay. She wouldn't even give it a chance. She just immediately dismissed it. It's got a bear breathing fire on it. It's so amazing. Let's listen to the description on the back of this.
Really?
Toasted heat is named for the age-old practice of toasting barrel heads with fire, which is what helps to create the distinct toasted flavor in all our wines. Our Chardonnay is barreled, fermented, imparting a unique richness and complexity to the wine, complemented by tropical fruit, peaches, and pineapple on the palate. The finish is well-rounded with toasted coconut and butterscotch notes. Doesn't that sound good?
Do you know what's really good?
What?
Frozen wine. Is that what it is? Iced wine.
Frozen wine?
The iced wine? What does Travis get? Iced wine, right?
It's ice wine.
That's really good.
It's just wine with ice in it?
No, it's like a specific type of wine that they use when the grapes frost. And so it gives it a different flavor.
It makes it sweeter.
See, I don't like sweeter. I like harsher.
Yeah, I don't like harsh. That's why I like pink wines. Blush.
They're so weak, though. I'm saying...
you could have got me moonshine. I like moonshine. You could have got me Fireball. I like
And
Fireball. You could have got me Captain Morgan. I like Captain Morgan.
And alcohol content.
Chardonnay.
Alcohol content.
This isn't a candlelit dinner.
Like fruit,
what are you doing?
Fruit flavored. You're drinking
Chardonnay.
this fruit.
This is good fruit, and it's pink.
Well,
it's got dragon fruit. This has got.
I don't know if you'd want to bring a fire breather.
This said tropical fruit.
The candlelit dinner. It's a Chardonnay. That's what you drink at a candlelit dinner.
Is it?
I don't know. I was hoping you wouldn't ask.
Is it really?
And that blush stuff is weak. This one's got 14% alcohol. This is a high percentage.
Okay, I'll try it. I just had to drink these first so I could, I don't know, not taste it as much.
Oh, great. Fine.
Oh, and we don't even have any ice because the ice...
What do you need ice for?
I don't know. Just because. Why are you asking so many questions?
I don't know, because you were dissing my wine choice.
Sorry. We just have different tastes.
Okay, I guess so. But I asked you. You didn't give me anything specific, so I got that.
You said, do you need anything to drink?
Exactly.
I said, always.
Yes.
You didn't ask what I wanted.
I know. That's because I had already bought it.
I figured you might have since I answered you 10 minutes after you texted me because I didn't see your message.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay.
Do you know, do you check your child's candy after trick-or-treating?
Yes.
Why?
Because society tells me to.
Do you know the first case of a kid dying from eating tainted candy from trick-or-treating?
No.
It was by a guy named Ronald Clark O'Brien. The Candy Man, he was also the father of the child that died.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
He killed his own kid.
He killed his own kid and gave other kids tainted candy just to throw him off the trail.
Wow.
Isn't that fucked up?
That is very fucked up.
The father did it for the insurance money.
Ouch.
He just wanted the insurance money. He was like in debt or something, so he took out
let's kill my kid because I'm in debt.
Big insurance thing on his kid, and then gave that fucker tainted candy. Specifically, it was a pixie stick laced with, I'd say, arsenic.
Wow.
See, I don't understand that because how would you get it in the pixie stick without the sugar falling out when he moved it.
You could open a pixie stick and reclose it though.
Yeah, he opened it, poured a little bit out, poured in the other white poison, and then he folded it over and stapled it
Can you
shut.
not tell me these things? Because I don't check it that well. I mean,
I'm saying
I make
this
sure there's nothing that's opened and
I'm
looks tainted.
saying
Tampered.
this is the only recorded incident in the entire history of the United States, and it happened in the 1970s. It's the only one.
That's not the only recorded one.
Yes, it is.
Maybe of a kid dying, but 2 years ago there was one kid, I don't know, somebody on my friends list posted that their kid had a safety pin in their candy bar or something.
Okay, maybe some other asshole kid. I'm saying it's the only one where a kid was actually poisoned and died.
Okay.
That is not common. And it was done by his own
Father. What about the other kids that he gave the pixie stick to? They all died?
Oh, no, they didn't die.
Oh.
They never got to it. And the one kid that tried couldn't get back into it because he sealed it with a staple, and the kid couldn't open it.
Oh. He sealed it with a staple?
Yeah.
See, that I would throw away.
Right.
For sure.
Definitely.
And honestly, a lot of the checking of their candy is to see what they got, so I know what I can get.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So you can steal it.
No, we share.
No, that's fine. Do you ever see that, I don't know if it's Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel? Maybe fucking Ellen DeGeneres. They do a thing every year where the parents tell their kids, like your kid, the next day they would be like, we have something to tell you, buddy. Mom and Dad ate all your candy last night.
Aww.
And then they see how the kid reacts. You haven't seen those?
No.
Have you heard of this?
Of what?
You're not paying attention?
I was actually looking up to see if you were right, if that was the only recorded.
Okay, go ahead.
No, that's mean. It's like the Christmas one where you wrap empty boxes and then when your kids are dead, you throw one in the fire.
Oh, that's...
So you're like burning one of their presents, but it's like an empty box.
Right, that's fun.
That's horrible.
It's kind of horrible, but kind of fun. You gotta... Sam loves Disney. I'm kind of excited to see the live-action Aladdin with Will Smith as the genie.
I'm excited, but I don't know how I feel about Will Smith as genie.
How's he gonna be as the genie?
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it.
I heard Will Smith and Genie, and I was like, sign me up.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna check this out.
It's gonna be so different.
It's gonna be different. They can't use Robin Williams.
Obviously.
Killed himself.
But, I don't know. Will Smith doesn't strike me as a genie type. You know what else I'm excited about from Disney?
What?
The Nutcracker.
The Nutcracker?
Yeah, the Nutcracker in the Four Realms. It looks like a mix between like Alice in Wonderland and what else did I say?
I don't remember.
How could the Nutcracker be a good movie? I thought it was just like a...
No, it's like
a play
with
or
four
something.
realms, so there's like different worlds, and it's like I don't know, it's weird. Like it's like
You'd have to watch the
preview.
The preview. It was actually pretty good. We watched it as a preview for a movie we went to.
when we went and seen Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah. Which was okay, but I was disappointed.
I figured I wasn't disappointed because I figured it would be like that. Every single Jurassic Park movie is the exact same.
I didn't see the
They make
one.
dinosaurs. They make a bad dinosaur. Dinosaurs kill people. Oh my god!
Except for the first one.
So surprising.
Except for the first one. I guess technically they made dinosaurs, but they didn't make like a morphed dinosaur in the
No,
first
but
one.
the dinosaurs still
Or the
kill
second
people
one,
because they
actually.
made the wrong dinosaurs.
The second one...
It wasn't until the third one that the dinosaurs were being made.
No,
No, they
no,
were-
No, the first, second, and third one were their own thing. It wasn't until this new thing that they decided
No,
to
'cause
do.
Even the first, second, and third one, they were still making the T-Rex, and the T-Rex was killing people, and they were making these other
Hold on.
dinosaurs.
The first one, the T-Rex was already made. It was a part of the theme park. There was nothing. It was just a freak
Yeah,
accident.
but they
type
made
thing.
him. They made the dinosaurs. It's not like they were just there. He
Yeah,
created all of
But they
them.
weren't splicing dinosaur DNA like they are.
They
in the other
were.
ones.
No.
They just weren't combining it the same way.
They weren't doing
But they
it...
had to take the DNA from different animals and
No,
even
they
insects
took it from a frog.
to make
They helped...
from
In the beginning of the first one, he explains in like a presentation...
and a
it's a
mosquito
little
or
animal
something.
that they got the blood from the mosquito in
Yes.
the ground, and then they had to fill in some gaps, and they used
Yeah.
frog DNA to help fill in those gaps, and that's
So
how
they've been
come...
splicing it since the beginning.
That's how the second one took off, because they're like, no, we made them all females, but male frogs or female frogs have the ability to change sex.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, you're not understanding what I'm saying, though. Yes.
No, what you're saying, the only one where they started mixing dinosaurs together was until the new movies.
What was the third one, I thought?
No, the third
what
one...
Was the third one came out with the... It was the mix between...
Isn't that the one that was the island? Jurassic Island?
They're all on the island. They're on this...
No, where the kid goes
it's like
to
the
island and then his
Spinosaurus.
parents
No, it was
hire
like
him to go find him.
Yes.
It wasn't a...
Yeah, that was the third one.
It wasn't a specialized dinosaur. It was his own. It was still its own species.
I thought it was a specialized dinosaur.
No.
Alright. I just remember like it was like the T-Rex was the biggest dinosaur.
And pterodactyls.
The new one came out, it was
why are there pterodactyls? They can fly.
Yeah, what I was
so
curious...
they got out in like 3 of them.
I'm still curious, like, because they don't ever reference that. Like, the pterodactyls already got free, like, what, in the second one?
Yeah.
And yet, what, they haven't made different homes in different areas? That's not a problem?
In the third one, they're in a place, and they go, what kind of building is this? And he's like, it's not a building, it's a cage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they escape from there, too.
And then all the pterodactyls fly out.
I have to go back and watch the second one. Which one is it that they escape in the city?
That was the second one as well.
Yeah, okay.
That was
the second one's got like the awesome raptors scenes, and then it's also got...
Which tells them don't make raptors. The first one, don't make T-Rex. Don't make carnivores.
The raptors.
Let's just stay with the herbivores, okay? That's the dinosaurs they can make. Not the ones that are going to go kill everybody all the time.
Yeah, but...
I did like how they did the raptors in
the
this last one and the one before that, where the guy was like training them. I thought that was cool.
Fucking stupid as fuck. What are you talking about?
That was awesome. What is that?
That's what he was doing.
That's what he was doing.
It was a stupid hand motion he was doing.
He had the clicker.
Also, he's doing that completely wrong too. Fucking moron. God,
he's
so bad.
Moron.
Chris Pratt.
It's a movie.
Fucking training.
It was a pretty cool idea though that they could actually be
after
like
he did
trained.
After he did that, the whole hand thing with the dinosaurs, 10,000 fucking zookeepers did the same exact thing and put it on their Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
I just gotta point out that you're talking about a movie about dinosaurs and you're talking about him doing the hand gesture and the clicky thing wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's the thing you're pointing out.
That's the wrong thing.
That's the thing I have.
Not the lady wearing
like
6-inch heels.
Oh my god, just running away from the dinosaur heels. I was watching that movie like she's totally gonna fall. Come on, she's gonna fall. Bitches trip over nothing. She's running in heels, fall. What?
Like, why would you go to an island full of dinosaurs in 6-inch heels? You're like walking through the grass and the dirt.
Oh my god, and
that's the stupidest thing ever.
What was that other thing? These kids were just roaming around in this weird ball thing that they could drive around?
Yeah, those ball things were pretty cool.
I mean, I guess it was cool, but it seemed randomly out of place.
No, it's so you could
cages,
go
dinosaurs,
around...
and this fucking hamster wheel.
Yeah, the hamster wheel does seem
what the fuck
is dinosaur, that? Like in a dinosaur park. You're saying that's going to be like resistant to being stepped on by a giant freaking dinosaur?
Or they're just going to let people roam around like this. It should have been on a track or some shit. Seriously.
Well, no, that was the point. It was more futuristic versus the track that was in the first movie.
I kind of hate these movies.
It was like a more...
Try to get so futuristic.
Yeah, it was a futuristic thing. That's why they did it like that.
I don't know.
Oh my god, do you know what movie I loved? Was Ready Player One. Did you see that?
I have not seen it, no.
You haven't seen that yet? Oh,
I tried to look it up on the TV the other day.
I know, it was so cool.
I tried to look it up on the TV, but our terrarium the whatever one got messed up, so he's got to go in and update it.
I'm drinking tequila.
Tequila!
Did you know? Today actually...
Oh, I threw out those key limes. You could have had limes.
I don't need limes. I was watching, Ron White has a new...
I like it with the salt shot lime.
Ron
It's like a margarita in my mouth.
I feel like that's from something.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, you lick... As long as doing body shots like that is cool. You lick the salt off their breasts. You do the shot from their belly button. And then you take the lime from their mouth.
Yeah, that's not what I meant. I meant like put salt on your hand... and lick your hand, drink the shot, and grab the lime and stick it in your mouth.
I have tequila if you'd want to do that.
I don't have any lime. I threw it out. We used it for the eyeballs for
the Halloween
event. And I figured, what the heck am I going to use these limes for? We never use limes.
How do you use limes for eyeballs?
So you peel
They were small, so I peeled them and then let them sit, and so they got a little mushy.
Why don't you use grapes?
Because grapes are too small.
Yeah, they were too small for eyeballs.
I don't think I've ever seen.
Actually pretty
I haven't seen anyone peel a fucking lime before.
Skill. And brain.
Oh, okay. I could probably figure it out, but I'm saying.
I'm sure you could. But you wouldn't have thought to use a little lime.
Okay. So Ron White has a new special on Netflix, which is pretty funny. He's a stand-up comedian. You familiar with him?
Yes, I am, actually.
They call me Tater Salad.
You caught me.
I don't really care.
Yes.
But yes, I know who he is. Because he was in there with Larry the Cable Guy and
Jeff Foxworthy.
Yes.
He went on the Blue Collar Comedy Tour, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that guy. He was my favorite out of that group. No? He was totally way more funny.
Ron White?
Yeah.
No, he was like my least.
Really?
Yeah.
Boo.
He
was my favorite.
No, I mean, they all actually, like, they all had
I
their
like
own
Jeff
niche.
Foxworthy.
I did like that they all had, like, their own niche, you know, like, there was the
and Larry the Cable Guy.
Jeff Foxworthy, there was the Ron White with
Bill Engvall was my least favorite.
Bill Engvall was good.
I don't remember him.
Anyways, I watched this new Netflix special.
Yeah.
And he's got he had a thing what he was drinking from, but you could see a label. Now, most of the time on his specials, you can't see what he's drinking. He's got it in a clear container. I'm like, I can clearly see what he's drinking. I need to find out what he's drinking. And come to find out that it's his own brand of tequila called Number One Tequila.
Okay.
He's got his own brand of tequila. How fucking cool is that?
Oh, one of the houses I looked at has, they were making moonshine in the garage.
Like illegally?
Yeah. Yeah, like they had like this whole little setup thing.
Isn't there a whole TV show about people making moonshine like in the fucking woods?
Yeah, there's a whole TV series that shows you.
Could you imagine?
It's a bad idea.
Could you imagine if we were in Prohibition? Anyway, my point was, I think I just found my life goal. How cool would that be, huh? Blurksick tequila or whiskey?
There you go. Make it happen.
Is that the goal?
That would be dope.
That's your goal.
Lifetime goal right there. I don't know how the fuck you would even accomplish that.
To make alcohol.
To have my own brand.
To have your own brand.
Well, what you have to do is you have to find somebody that's making a new concoction. Like every tequila is a little bit different, right?
I guess.
So you have to find somebody that's making one and buy it and put your name on it.
Invest enough in it so he let me name it?
Yeah.
That's a good plan, I guess.
Seems legit.
I don't have that much money, though. You guys are going to have to start listening to this podcast more. I could advertise here, too.
Better get on it.
Speaking of artwork and stuff, because I'm an artist, I tried to mention this before, but you didn't seem very like you cared. But did you hear about Banksy's art shreds itself after being put up for auction?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so it was sold for $1.3 million, and it shred itself seconds after the auctioneer banged the gavel. He's for some background, he is a street artist known for his anti-establishment propaganda art.
It's just in here.
And most of his stuff is in the streets and on buildings.
Is that heater on?
Yeah.
Turn the heater off.
It was on. Every time I'm trying to do an explanation, I get red.
Sorry. Okay. Anyways, go ahead. So the art shreds itself. Because he put a device. Well, I don't think they knew. He put a device in it.
He is a street artist known for his anti-establishment propaganda art, and most of his stuff is in the streets on buildings in London. He mostly uses stencils, probably so he can quickly spray them and get the fuck out of there. Because he is also still anonymous in the mainstream media, he keeps himself anonymous. No one knows his faces most of the time. So the art shred itself moments after it was auctioned off. So obviously, whoever took that footage, he was part of it.
Joke's on them, man.
He probably he was in there and shredded it himself, right? There had to be someone to activate it.
Yeah, there had to have been somebody on the inside.
So he installs this years earlier.
That's like...
And this thing's still... That's like an elaborate fucking prank, right? That's crazy. That's what this guy's all about, though. I remember someone saying that because it's so unique, the art might actually be worth more now, just because it's partially shredded, the whole thing.
I can see that.
That's crazy.
That is wild. Why would you go through all that elaborate, like, just to...
That's what he does, yo. You
just
see how
to
much
get rid of your shit.
It makes it more expensive. Did you not hear that it went for more than $1 million fucking dollars?
Of course it did, yes. Because there's a bunch of crazy people out there that spend that much money on art.
People in London love Banksy.
I'm sure that they do.
They're like, he did it again. What a crazy character. Hello, governor.
Is that what they're doing?
Yes.
That's who they are.
That's who they are. You ever watch you probably didn't watch the documentary on fuck, I don't remember his name. No, not Monster.
Well, I can stop you there because I don't ever watch documentaries.
Fuck, it was about this other guy that was following around street artists, and then he became one himself.
It's about this other guy.
Is that a terrible description?
That's a very terrible description.
One of his pastings that he would put up all over was like him with like his big camera. Before everyone had cameras on their phone, he had to like carry around like a big one.
Okay.
So a lot of his he posted that like 1,000 of them all over the city over a couple of years. He kept posting the same one.
Huh.
And so this is when street art started being more famous. And then he was having other artists paint stuff for him. And then he was selling them for profit.
Gotta make that money, I guess.
Black cats. It's Halloween time.
It is Halloween time.
And I read an article that said black cats have been discriminated against since the Dark Ages, being associated with witchcraft, and now in 2018 because they do not photograph good in selfies.
What?
Black cat doesn't take a good picture.
It doesn't?
It doesn't.
I don't like cats.
That's why people aren't buying them.
I'm not.
They're like, fuck, I wanted this cat for my Instagram and it's shit photos.
That's the problem, huh? I don't know about that. Hey, to each their own, I guess. Yeah, I want to get a cat for my Instagram. Really?
You used to have cats around here. What are you talking about?
I did. Stray cat, though. And it broke its paw, and I felt bad, so I'd feed it.
I did see his little paw broken.
Yeah, I felt bad, though. Well, see, actually, it started off because the mom had kittens underneath of my porch in the middle of winter. Like, it was like, fall time, and it was like, just started snowing, and then I followed the paw prints, and I went underneath the deck, and then there was a bunch of little kittens. I didn't think the mom was going to be able to survive or the kittens without some help, so I gave them some food throughout the winter time. And then they all kind of took off, and then that other cat came back with a broken paw months later, and I'm like, all right, well, I'll give you some food, but I'm not a cat fan.
I was never a fan of cats either.
I was reading this article at one time. I wrote a school report when I was in college
on cats.
On cats, actually, it was.
What was it about?
The I'm gonna murder this name. It was like Gandhi or something. Virus. It's a virus that like only cats have. Like it spreads inside of their intestines, and the spores get released all throughout where they live. Well, it's a very common thing, I guess. Like labs use it for whatever, but it was a possibility on one of those probably crack websites, on viruses that could become the zombie virus.
Why would it become the zombie virus?
It was more over the factor of how popular it is. Like it's in like half the world's population has this virus. So if it was to alter in some possible way, then like overnight, this virus could then become like a plague that would kill off half of humanity.
I think I've heard of some sort of cat virus before. that makes you like them more. And some people were using the crazy cat lady as evidence.
Let's see if I can find it. Here we go. Here's some crazy stuff here. So, Toxoplasma gondii, that's what it's called. It's a nasty little parasite that can control your mind. That can control the mind of its host.
Oh, snap.
There's a real possibility there for it to become a zombie virus of sorts. The disease is typically infected in smaller mammals like cats and rats that can live inside humans as well. Around 33% of the population of people in developed countries carry the virus. So around 33% of all people in different countries
have this virus
already.
But don't know they're affected by it?
So it's basically right now they're estimating it's like 1 in 3 people already have it.
Can you be tested for this?
You can. And again, because it's so popular, they can actually use it in labs as a control. Like, they use it to as a control when they do tests.
I think this was the same thing they were talking about. That,
so disease results in infection.
Crazy cat ladies get this, and they like their cats so much they keep getting compelled to get more and more and more and more.
Could be.
Because of this.
Could be. So, like, it's found, though, that in, like, smaller animals, for example, like, they tested it on mice. And these mice that would have this T. gondii parasite of sorts up in their brain, it would turn off their fear sensor, essentially. And so they'd walk right up to the cat, and the cat would eat it.
So because of this thing, it would purposely get itself eaten?
It's not that it would purposely get itself eaten. It would be the like, you know, you have that fear sensor.
Yeah.
Like, don't do this.
Yeah.
Type thing. It would shut that part of the brain off. And so the mice would no longer be afraid of the cats, and they would come out in the open when the cat can visibly see it. It wouldn't be afraid of the cat, and the cat would take advantage of that and eat it.
Because the virus wanted to spread to the cat?
Yeah, because the virus itself can only be reproduced inside of a cat's intestines.
That's crazy.
Yeah, right? So it's just one of those, like, weird, you know, factual things. Could be possibly the new zombie virus. You know, could be at some point become. So it's like one genetic mutation away from it being able to control a human's brain in full capacity, shutting off our fear sensors, and then boom, we all start doing crazy shit, I guess.
Taking selfies?
Could be.
Oh, it's already begun.
Anyway.
Have you heard of African killer bees?
I have.
Did you know that it was a science experiment gone wrong?
I did, actually, yeah, and they escaped.
Yeah. There was in, like, the 1950s, a guy named Warwick Kerr in Brazil mixed European bees with African bees. The European bees are more akin to the native honeybee. They're more docile. Right. They're more like a... What's the word I'm looking for?
I'm not sure which word you're looking for.
When we keep animals.
Domestic?
Domestic. They were more domesticated type of bee. And the African bee produced less honey, but it was more aggressive. Right. Because it was raised in Africa, obviously.
Oh, yeah, that was it.
Yeah, because Africa's more... They were more wild. So they were more aggressive to survive.
Yeah. No, but I didn't know about that, yes.
So we interbred this species, and then, they escaped. Yeah. And they actually...
That's like one of those big, genetic splicing is bad. That's like one of the big examples they use.
Well, the reason he did it is because the bees in Brazil weren't doing so well.
Right.
And so they needed a bee with more aggressive so it could survive better in the environment. But
right. But they also didn't account for the actual toxicity of the stings of these bees either.
Well,
and the aggressive nature of them.
No, there was the aggressive nature that makes them terrible. It's like a bear protecting her cubs. As long as you don't come across their hive, they're not just gonna fucking attack you.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid. I forget whose house I was at, but we were riding on a go-kart, and I ran over yellow jackets' nest, because yellow jackets are like underground, you know, like they make their
I think
nests
that's a
underground.
specific breed, but I know what you're talking about because I've been attacked by these fuckers as well.
Yeah, those yellow jackets. I got stung like 200 times though. Like,
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was bad. They took me to the hospital. Like I was all loaded up with Benadryl and stuff. And
Really?
It looked like I had like just chicken pox. Like I was covered in from head to toe.
Wow, I had no idea. How old were you?
I don't know. I was like 8.
So you were riding a go-kart.
We were riding a go-kart. I get off of the go-kart and I take like a step backwards, and it's like right by the woods where we were all kind of waiting. And I happened to step in like 2 or 3 different nests that were right there. So it wasn't just like one.
They're like those ground bee things.
They are.
Those things are super
And
aggressive.
so they started coming up my pant legs.
Oh shit.
You know, and in my shirt, and I just remember like running, and then like my parents like ripping my clothes off, you know, and they're just like all over me.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's scary.
It was horrible.
No, I encountered one too, but they were making their home in like this, I don't know if you remember my front yard, there's still that big fucking stump.
Yeah.
There was some in there one year. I'd say this was like 6 years ago. But like, I don't know what the fuck I was doing. Was I jumping on the stump for some stupid reason? And then I just felt it, like in my shirt, like stung, and just immediately, I was just like a little girl, like, ah! And just ripped my fucking clothes off and ran.
I can really imagine like somebody driving by just seeing a kid like rip their clothes off, you know, as they're running. Like, is he streaking?
What else are you supposed to do?
Right.
This is full advantage.
No, that's kind of crazy though, because you know, Grandpa used to do bee farming, right?
Yeah.
You guys still have some of those, don't you? Like
No.
in your backyard?
No, they're all gone now.
Oh, they all gone?
Yeah,
There used
all
to be
gone.
like 2 of them left or something.
Yeah. They held on to some, but they left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, my grandpa had honeybees and shit when I was growing up.
Yeah. Did you see, like, they came up with this crazy technology where, like, the hive is made out of this, like, rubber stuff, and every 12 hours or so it slowly, like, clamps down and squeezes out all the honey and pushes it into a jar for you?
I think I have seen something.
It was
like
kind of
that.
cool. Like, it was like a little stake thing you could do, and then, like, bees would make a hive in there. But it wouldn't hurt the bees, and you wouldn't have to worry about going in and like smoking them to make them fall asleep, because it would just slowly
It would
all
just
day long
gather
clamp down.
gather the honey for you.
Yeah,
I have seen that.
yeah. I thought that was pretty ingenious.
Did you ever see that have you ever watched Black Mirror?
Yeah, I watched like the first couple episodes because I was told that it was kind of similar to like Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
And I just wasn't into it.
No?
No, like
I thought
watched.
It was fucking great.
I watched the first one where
the one where
guy
he fucks the pig.
Yeah, I watched like the second one where they were all like in the future. Was it the future where they were on like bicycles and stuff? And
oh my god, that one got
porn,
me so much.
The guy
that got me so bad.
He ends up clicking on it eventually, and then it just keeps popping up like everywhere, and everyone just keeps seeing it. And then I think I started a third one. But I've heard a lot of people say it was good. I never really got back to it to keep watching.
I was hooked immediately. I watched all of them right away.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop. It was so good. Fucking loved it.
So yeah, but I was expecting when I was looking for a TV show for me to get caught into that was going to be like, you know, continuous, not each its own separate episode.
Oh yeah, it is
with
each
no
own
connection.
separate. Yeah, no, none of them are connected.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. And so that's where like I was.
I was okay with that. There's one episode where they have bees. Like the bees are extinct, but they made like robotic ones to do it for them. And they do a whole investigation because the bees start killing people.
Yeah. Then another, the whole bee thing, you know, like if they go extinct, like we're screwed.
I heard that too.
Yeah,
that we need bees because they pollinate all this shit.
Right, pollination. So if we keep, and that's a weird thing because they've also seen a couple articles, and of course you don't know whether or not they're just, you know, those tabloids or not, but of where like the bees got so aggressive and like made an entire hive on the side of a house, you know, and the people tried to get rid of them and they couldn't because they were so aggressive. I'm curious because like think about it, every time summertime rolls around, we're always out there with the bee killers, you know, killing off the bees' nests that are on our houses and shit. Like can you imagine like you just wake up one day and an entire hive's made on the side of your house, like just comb, honeycomb, you know.
No fucking way, that can't happen in a day.
Like you don't know. It could have started off like a little bit, you know, in a corner that they didn't go through their house, and then like built up over a couple days, Or maybe they went off on a vacation for a week and came back and boom, like this whole freaking hive.
Are you sure those are honeybees though?
I don't know what. No, they weren't honeybees. They were a different type of bee.
Yeah, those are the nasty ones. Fuck those ones.
Yeah. But still, like, you need all bees to pollinate. It's not just the ones that make honey. Like, obviously we don't mind the honeybees because they make honey.
You know some hardcore vegans won't eat honey?
Not surprised. There are a lot of crazy fuckers out there. Not saying that they're crazy necessarily, but just there's a lot of people out there.
Oh no, you're right. They're crazy. You can call vegans crazy. They don't have feelings. They're not real people.
I wouldn't go that far. No. I just don't understand. Like, I don't know. More power to them, though. I couldn't do it.
Me neither. I love meat.
Yeah.
I love meat. Steak. Delicious.
Yeah.
Bacon. You've been eating all turkey bacon, haven't you? When's the last time you had real bacon?
Actually, I alternate. I like turkey bacon too. It's a different type of meat though to me. Like it's just a different type of breakfast meat. It's kind of like having regular sausage and I forget what they're called. Like the sausages that are like they look like a regular sausage that somebody just like cut down the middle. They fold it in half.
A hot dog? I don't know what you
It's
said.
yeah, it looks just like a hot dog, but it's cut right in half and they put it on sandwiches. I forget what kind of sausage it is though.
The best part of
What are you looking up now?
Mad honey is a type of honey that causes people to hallucinate. Honey hunters in Nepal make very dangerous vertical climbs to harvest the honey because it sells for $60 to $80 a pound.
Snap.
Oh, that's the same thing. I think I seen an article where they had honeybees trained to just pollinate fucking marijuana fields. And this honey will get you high.
I can see that. Alright, I read, did you hear that they finally, what was it, a couple days ago, it's official now? Canada has completely legalized marijuana.
No, I kind of skipped over that.
Yeah. The entire country of Canada now. It's kind of medicinal uses, anything. Like it's just...
You don't need a special card or nothing?
No.
You think that means...
They're actually, like, they're trying to figure out the political side of things of, like, how they're going to get X amount of people out of prison if they were just caught with, like, minor possession charges and shit. Like, it's not gonna happen overnight, is what they're saying, but like they're gonna release all the people that have minor.
Oh, that's totally a thing in the U.S. How
right
many
now.
minor fucking drug offenses are locked up because of weed?
Right.
And if we make it legal, we have to let them out, don't you?
Well, kind of. So the people that already got like caught with it, you know, and are already in jail, I think in certain circumstances those people should get released. But I don't think that everyone should just get released all at once. Like now you're just dumping, you know, a bunch of people that have been stuck in jail, prison for a period of time onto the streets, and it's already difficult enough for somebody who just got out of jail or prison to find a job, let alone, you know, continue.
Okay. So we take all of them and we transport them to their own more luxury prison and then slowly integrate them back into society? So they don't have to be with the hardcore offenders?
I mean, see, that would be an idea. Is
That's
you know,
a pretty
you just
good
create
idea.
a new prison, send all of them there for like a transition out period. But then you still have to figure the amount of money it would cost to transport all these people, all the extra hours you'd have to have for the police and the prison guards that would have to transfer each one of them one by one. And
I'm just spitballing. I'm not in charge of the money.
no, I know it's just I don't know. Personally,
They need to be let out.
Yeah, personally, I think that they should be. Like, I'm not sure why marijuana is still illegal at this present moment. I just don't understand it. And I don't even smoke it. Like, I've never even had marijuana. I've never tried it.
Never.
Never.
Ever.
No. I've gotten contact high. Don't get me wrong. Like, I've gotten contact buzz or contact high from being in a car with a bunch of people smoking, you know. Like, but I've never actually...
I haven't smoked in months.
Yeah. And now it doesn't really matter because I got a government job. So unless if the federal government decides to legalize marijuana, it's still illegal if they make it legal. So But I just feel like that's one of those drugs that, it could be just like alcohol in a sense. Like, can you imagine? Like, they could probably tax the crap out of it. People would still be okay with it.
What are you doing?
Really?
Why not?
Brought the salt for some tequila.
Is she really gonna use salt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Logan's asleep.
Is he now? Is the dog asleep too?
Yes.
For the time being.
For the time being.
Go ahead.
Okay. I read him the Dr. Seuss Who's Sleeping or whatever. Or the sleep book.
Firefighters in Pana, Illinois.
You guys are still... Okay. Figured you would have been done by now.
Firefighters in Pana, Illinois found a cockroach infestation so massive that the city council agreed that the best option was to burn down the house.
Yeah. That's wild. And yet still believable.
Could you imagine that happening? Like getting a pest inspector to come in and being like, oh, you just need to burn your house down. And being like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, you're just gonna have to burn this whole fucking place to the ground.
No, thank you. That's not the opinion I wanted.
I'm sorry.
Can we have a second opinion? Can we re-talk this through?
There's nothing we can do.
Oh my god, but if they decided to burn the house, could you just imagine what the inside of that looked like? Like, you probably didn't want to walk through the front door.
I mean, unless if they were all up in the walls.
Like that's a lot of roaches.
That is a lot. But, if it was, all up in the walls, imagine all the empty space there is in all these walls.
There's so much empty space for insects to crawl around.
Right.
In. So much.
Right.
Giving birth is the second most painful thing a human can experience. Do you know what the first is?
Passing a kidney stone?
The first is being burned alive.
Is it? I was always told kidney stones were...
I've never had a kidney stone.
No, kidney stones are the equivalent for a man.
Got it.
Does it go out through the tip of my wiener?
Yes.
Owie.
And if it's too big, then they have to go in and take it out, and then you have a string hanging out of your...
They don't take it out, though. They just blast it.
Well,
yeah, don't they use sonic... Can't they break it apart with,
but then you have to pee it out.
You still have to pee it out. They're just smaller.
Individual one.
I had a friend, maybe not a friend, but in the Marine Corps, he pissed into a filter thing.
A net?
Not a net.
What filter thing?
I don't know. It was like metal.
Oh, he did it so he could catch his kidney stones.
Yes, and he caught it.
Yes.
Because the urine goes through, but it caught the thing.
I've heard of people doing that because they want to keep them for some reason. I had a geology teacher when I was in school, and he had a whole box of collections of his kidney stones.
Fuck.
Why would you keep those?
Why not? That was what he said. Why
because
not?
He made them.
Yeah.
He
he had some big ones too that had to get surgically removed. They were big.
That sucks. Stop drinking soda, dude.
No, you can actually get them from a lot of things.
Yeah, it's actually. I think the worst thing is tea.
Yes.
Iced tea.
Tea,
energy drinks, sodas. You can even
horrible,
get them
all I'm drinking is water and tea right now.
No, you can get them from water too, depending on the type of bottled water you're drinking.
Oh yeah, because they add minerals and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can get kidney stones.
I drink an energy drink every day.
Yeah.
If you've never had kidney stones, you probably won't get one.
That's not true. They're finding out as you age.
As you age, it becomes more likely for you.
Have energy drinks been around long enough for us to know how bad they are for us?
Yes, they have.
Not all the different brands.
Obviously not all the different brands, because there's different brands out there. But
when the fuck did Red Bull become popular?
That's been out forever.
Has it?
Yeah.
What do you mean, has it?
A long time.
That's probably one of the oldest energy drinks.
When was Red Bull first advertised?
I'll find out for you.
Let's look up what the first energy drink was.
Fun fact,
Fun fact time.
In 1984? That's when Red Bull was introduced?
It was first founded in 1984.
In 1939, the New York Times predicted that TV would fail because people wouldn't have time to stare at a screen.
Yep. Obviously, they were wrong.
Okay, so in the UK, Lucozade Energy was originally introduced in 1929 as a hospital drink for aiding the recovery. In the 1980s, it was promoted as an energy drink for replenishing lost energy.
Did you ever get Rippets? Rippets?
Yeah, they were called Rippets. Yeah, they were like in like the little tiny cans.
They were like tiny cans.
Yeah.
They gave those to us in Iraq.
Yep.
Before we went on convoys.
Yep.
They gave us like a case of
it. Yeah, because I believe there was, obviously the study that would show that it would increase focus and increase your reaction time.
But they were like the size of a can, only.
Well, because obviously you can't be chugging an entire energy drink before going out on that. Yeah, they were supposed to be short and fat, so you could have just a small amount, just enough to get your energy up and your focus up.
Aww.
Without making you have to pee.
Sandy got flowers for Sweetest Day.
Whoa.
FYI, it's Sweetest Day.
What the fuck's Sweetest Day? Oh, it's a made-up holiday from Ohio only.
Yeah, it's only in Ohio.
Yes.
Who gave her flowers?
Her husband. Oh, his Aunt Sandy?
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Lots happen. Guess not. How about this? Tina Head, a well-known 9/11 survivor, faked being in the South Tower during the attacks and served as president of the WTC Survivors Network before people found out she was lying. She was not even in the United States during the attacks.
Shit.
That's what we call crazy person.
How accurate is that?
I don't know. This is in my category labeled Are They Facts?
Ah, okay.
Do you remember this category?
Yes, I do remember this category.
North Korea is obsessed with choco pies from South Korea. There's a black market for them, and factories once used them to pay workers bonuses. In 2014, South Korean activists sent 10K pies to North Korea with helium balloons. They look like moon pies.
Moon pies.
That's what they look like.
What looked like? I wasn't paying attention.
Whatever they call these choco pies from South Korea.
I like moon pies.
Look, it looks like a moon pie,
Oh,
right?
it does look like a moon pie.
Look.
Yeah, I've seen it.
There's a version of the tortoise and the hare where everyone dies in a forest fire because the tortoise, having won the race, therefore seen as the fastest, is given the job of warning everyone.
Aww.
Failed.
You know, that is like the most inaccurate story ever.
The tortoise and the hare?
Yeah.
Why?
Because there's no way a turtle would beat a rabbit.
There is if the rabbit got distracted.
Yeah, I think that's the point. The rabbit was so cocky and so fast that it was like,
it's a tale to teach children.
I could do whatever the fuck I want.
Slow and steady wins the race. But that's not true at all. Like, slow and steady would never win any race.
Well, I think we kind of are living in a different world now, a different society as well. Everything's all fast-paced.
I mean, think about it. If somebody in the Olympics was like, I'm going to go slow and steady to win the race, you'd be like, all right, dude, good luck.
You just heard what happened if the tortoise does win.
Yeah. Which is why the tortoise wouldn't win. Even if the tortoise did win because the rabbit got distracted, they would still make the rabbit in charge versus a turtle.
I don't know. He could still get very distracted.
Yes, but the chances
he's proven himself
of him making it
unreliable.
are a little bit better.
Unreliable.
Maybe a different rabbit. Can I have that string?
Different rabbit, different turtle, different times. And that's the bottom line because I said so. Our time is up.
Yeah, you've gone over.
And it's time for us to go.
Bye, y'all.
Goodbye. Thanks for listening.
Or not.